Superlatives. Before we start this lesson, have a look at these questions. 1. What do superlative adjectives and adverbs do? 2. How are superlative adjectives usually formed? And 3. How are superlative adverbs usually formed? We'll have a look at these questions again at the end of the lesson and see if you can answer them. Let's start with forming superlative adjectives. The is used before the superlative adjective form. One-syllable adjectives add est to the adjective. So tall becomes tallest. But we must always use the before the superlative adjective form. The tallest. It is the tallest building in the city. Old becomes oldest. Some of the oldest trees in the world are in Africa. Adjectives ending in E just add st. So late becomes latest. 10 p.m. is the latest time I can pick you up. And nice becomes nicest. Mr. Rigdon was the nicest teacher at school. And he was. Adjectives that end in a vowel and then a consonant double the consonant before adding est. So big ends in ig, a vowel, I, and a consonant, g. So we double the consonant, so we have gg, and add est. Big, biggest. This is the biggest one they had. Thin, thinnest. The new smartphone is the thinnest on the market. Two-syllable adjectives that end in y, remove the y and add iest. So happy, happy, becomes happiest, happiest. It was the happiest day of my life. Easy becomes easiest. It was the easiest exam I had ever taken. Other two-syllable adjectives add est. Clever becomes cleverest. She is the cleverest in her class. Quiet becomes quietest. The park is the quietest place in the city. Adjectives with 3 or more syllables use most before the adjective. So interesting becomes most interesting. But remember, we always use the. So the most interesting thing is... Dangerous becomes most dangerous. Sharks are not the most dangerous animal. However, 3-syllable adjectives that start with un, so for example, unhappy, 1, 2, 3, can use est. So unhappy can be unhappiest. I was the unhappiest I had ever been. There are some irregular superlative adjectives too. So good becomes best. It was simply the best. And bad becomes worst. We had the worst weather. Superlative adverbs are formed in the same way as superlative adjectives. The can be used, but it isn't always necessary. So fast becomes fastest. He ran the fastest. Or we could just say he ran fastest. Early becomes earliest. I wake up earliest in my family. Or I wake up the earliest in my family. Beautifully is a 3-syllable adverb, so we use most. Most beautifully. She sang most beautifully. So here are those questions from before. So what do superlative adjectives and adverbs do? Well, they compare 3 or more things. 2. How are superlative adjectives usually formed? That's by adding est to shorter adjectives and using most before longer adjectives. Number 3, how are superlative adverbs usually formed? And the answer to that is in the same way as superlative adjectives.